Obama says he's not allowed iPhone for security reasons. The troubled mobile phone maker BlackBerry still has at least one very loyal customer, U.S. President Barack Obama. At a meeting with youth on Wednesday to promote his landmark healthcare law, Obama saying he's not allowed to have Apple's smartphone, the iPhone, for security reasons, though he still uses Apple's tablet computer, the iPad. Apple was one of several companies that may have allowed the National Security Agency direct access to servers containing customer data, according to revelations by former NSA contractor Edward Snowden. The companies denied the allegation. Obama fought to keep his BlackBerry after coming to the White House in 2009, though he said only 10 people have his personal email address. Neither George W. Bush or Bill Clinton used email during their presidencies. BlackBerry, a Canadian company formerly known as Research in Motion Ltd., virtually invented the idea of on-the-go email, but lost its market stranglehold as rivals brought out more consumer-friendly devices, like Apple's iPhone and phones using Google's Android software. The company recently halted plans to be sold and is trying to chart a new course by focusing on large business and government clients. Why this holiday season should be all you can eat. A study published a little over a decade ago in the New England Journal of Medicine reported that most of us do in fact gain weight over the holidays. The good news is that the study also found that we gain a lot less than we think we do, with participants guesstimating that between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day, they'd gain just over 3 pounds but only put on an average of 12 ounces. That we gain weight over the holidays simply isn't surprising. Since time immemorial, food has been used by humanity to celebrate religious holidays and personal milestones. And when celebrating with food, both our portions and our choices tend to differ from the humdrum of our day to day. At the end of the day, I've no doubt that everyone who celebrates Christmas has a food that would fit into the sentence. It wouldn't be Christmas without. Similarly, I would tell you that it wouldn't be Hanukkah without latkes, which my wife and I calculated contain roughly 100 calories per thin, tiny potato pancake. But what if people trying to manage their weight? Working for over a decade with folks trying to manage their weights, I can tell you that when I see patients in January, I worry far more about those who lost weight over the holidays than about those who gained weight. I worry about losing weight over the holidays means that there is a decent chance that those folks felt that they weren't entitled to celebrate, socialize, or find comfort with food. Instead, they felt that their weight management efforts needed to be 24 hours, 7 days, and 365-day a year efforts where calories, points, or portions are always tightly controlled. Read: What you eat every day, not on holidays, matters to your health. Putting this another way, these are the folks that believe suffering, sacrifice, and perpetual restrictions are the ingredients that they need together to successfully manage their weight. Of course, if suffering were a sustainable plan, the world would be slim. I'd venture that virtually no one with any significant amount of weight to lose hasn't tried one form of suffering or another to lose, only to regain what they lost when they got sick of suffering. This holiday season, I'd like to encourage you to make it an all-you-can-eat season, an all-you-can thoughtfully eat season, that is, where the key word there is thoughtfully. Eating thoughtfully means thinking things through and making informed holiday dietary decisions, just like you do when you buy holiday gifts. The secret to gift giving. There are many considerations prior to gift buying. For instance, knowing how much money you make each month, how much is in the bank account, and what your upcoming expenses look like will allow you to more thoughtfully consider price tags. But of course, there's more to purchasing decision than just a price tag, isn't there? There is also who and what the gift's for. When you last bought a recipient a gift, perhaps what they've purchased for you in the past, and when you think you might be buying them a gift next. Dietary indulgences shouldn't be any different. Only here the prices tags, others weight-wise, are calories. Things to include in your dietary decisions treat might be how many calories you burn every day, easily calculable by Googling an energy expenditure calculator. How many calories you've had during the holiday season. Maybe how's the time to start a MyFitnessPal food journaling account. And how many calories are in the indulgence you're considering. Before you sit down to your festival meals, tool around Calorie King to looking up your regular holiday indulgences price tags. Practicing calorie awareness. But of course, don't forget to factor into your decision making with whom you're eating, why you're eating. When the last time was that you had those indulgences, and you think you will have them next, and how much you happen to want them along with your health and weight concerns. And all you can thoughtfully eat. Life isn't easy as asking two questions. The first is it worth it? Where again, there are many variables beyond calories and health that come into play. And the follow-up to that question is, how much do I need to be happy? Where the amount on Christmas Day, for instance, is likely to be a great deal more than today. 9 holiday health hazards to avoid. Hungry for more? Okay. One woman's quest to save dogs' lives with a camera. Photographer Shannon Johnstone saved the lives of unwanted dogs with her camera. She turns the sad photos of dogs while waiting to be adopted into happy photos with families. She specifically photographs dogs that have been waiting in the shelter the longest. Large dogs, pit bull mixes, and dogs with black fur. The shelter said that dogs with black coats are harder to place in homes. The wake of County Animal Shelter outside Raleigh, NC, caused Johnstone an angel. So far, her pictures have found homes for 67 of its dogs. Most of them were running out of time. The shelter can only hold so many. I wanted to specifically focus on the ones who had been there the longest because they're not going to have much time left, Johnstone said. Every week, Johnstone and her husband, Anthony, take dogs from the shelter to a landfill across town, where the magic happens. For many of the dogs, it's the first time in months they've been able to escape their small pens at the shelter. They're here sometimes for 30 days or more. They get out and they're so joyous. They are showcasing this energy, this optimism, and that they are still waiting for the perfect person, and hopefully that will come, said Jennifer Federico, the Animal Services Director at the Wake County Animal Shelter. On Johnstone's Facebook page that's dedicated to dogs, the photos have become wildly popular. Thousands of families visit the page and fall in love with dogs that play and fly. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, did they get their home yet? Johnstone told ABC News. Scott and Sherry Lynch were looking at the Facebook page when they saw Carlos' picture flash by. He's not boring like cats, the Lynch sons Ryan said. They adopted Carlos the next day. If we had just gone to the shelter, I would never look at him because he's a dog, said Sherry Lynch of the Pitbull Mix, who would have known he's such a sweetheart. Thanks to Shannon, she helped us pick him up, which was so nice. The shelter screens each dog for behavior and sociability, but some potential dog owners require convincing. The pictures do the job. Some of their faces are so expressive in her photos that you really can almost feel these dogs, and you want them. How can you not? You want some of that fun in your life, Federico said. Johnstone says the key is exactly that, taking pictures that show the fun and joy of the dog instead of frustration that frightens families when they visit the shelters. Everyone finds themselves having bad times. These dogs are just falling on hard times, said Johnstone. I feel like having good pictures helps me tremendously because they've been there so long that whatever is being done right now isn't working. Favors for wedding guests get personal, creative. Jillian Mackey had been wedding favors that seemed like an afterthought, and she knew she did not want to give one of those. An impractical trinket that would likely get tossed in the trash or thrown in a drawer. So during her year-long engagement to Jason Sims, the couple picked blackberries, strawberries, and rhubarb in Oregon, where they lived, gathered cactus pears in New Mexico, where he grew up, and plucked berries and apricots when they relocated to her home state, Connecticut. By the time they married on August 2nd in New Haven, Connecticut, the bride, who learned to make jam as a girl, had turned their brownie into dozens of jars of jam of their 135 wedding guests. The idea was to create a favor that was personalized and different, something I could really feel came from us as a couple, that we had actually put time and effort into, Jillian Sims said. The wedding favor, that little thank you for coming gift, has risen to new heights. It's not just Jordan almonds and chocolate truffles anymore, said Jennifer Condon, wedding style and registry director for Brides magazine. Isn't anything that's meaningful to the bride and groom? It's really anything goes with favors. With so many choices, made even more numerous with personalization and online inspiration, favors have become more specific to the couple, their wedding theme, or the venue. It used to be more uh, could take type items, candles, bottles, steppers, picture frames, just really generic things that you can get in bulk easily without putting too much thought into it, said Amy S0241049, a wedding planner in San Jose, California. And now it's more personalized, well thought out and usable items. Great favors nowadays include food and photos, things that guests can enjoy immediately and that aren't going to clutter their house, said Frugali, who also co-owns the sweets company. When the party is over, guests can find bags and containers to fill with decorated cookies, candy from the colorful buffet, popcorn in fun flavors, or the fixings for s'mores. It goes back to a nostalgia theme, said Frugali. People are looking for a lot of comfort food and fun things. Baked goods, cake pops, pie pops, and cupcakes can be decorated to fit the theme or color scheme. Heater fare like pizza and crepes is sometimes served up after a night of drinking and dancing. We've been seeing a lot of people doing food truck at the end of the night, Condon said. As guests are leaving, they can pick up a midnight snack for the ride home. Foodie couples may give a gourmet gift, such as an herb-infused salt or a small bottle of wine or vinegar or olive oil in a distinctive flavor. Couples with a cooking specialty might offer homemade goodies, often with customer labels and packaging. Frugali recalls a groom who made his famous barbecue sauce, a couple that gave honey, and another that did marinated olives. If there's something they're known for, or they do well, or they want to share with people, I'm seeing them make their own stuff, she said. Instant gratification also comes by way of the photo favor. A strip of pictures from a photo booth, an instant photo that gets popped in the frame, or a flip book made from a short video taken at the event, sometimes with silly props. The bridal couple often gets a copy of the images too. They get to see everybody, like grandma in a mustache and glasses, said Frugali. A favor can also do double duty. Instead of one large centerpiece, a bride will do 80 tiny little vases that create a centerpiece together. Each person takes one home as a favor, Condon said. Or there might be picture frames holding table numbers. Frugali said has seen couples grow braver, more willing to issue tradition and give that what feels right to them. Those with an outdoor ceremony in a cool setting might get fleece blankets, others might hand out handovers kits with mints and pain reliever, or they can customize a drink cozy or tin of tea. The result is phenomenal, Rugali said. They feel happy giving those things out because it has a purpose. The guests are happy because they're getting something fun, cool, and unique. As she labeled the half-piece jars of gin with her guest names and table numbers, seems 30 gave each guest a flavor she felt would be special to them. I got a really good reaction, she said. Each person has something that was clearly made just for them. And how does Frugali know that guests appreciate those modern favors? They actually take them, she said. You can always tell when it's bad favor when you find a bunch at the end of the night. Your holiday diet survival guide. Ah, tis the season of merrymaking, office parties, stressful family interactions, and too many trips to the buffet. Unlike any other time of year, the holiday possess the ability to take level-headed, health-conscious folks and turn them into drinking pigs in a blanket stuffing zombies. Before we tackle the problem, let's review why the most wonderful time of the year tends to derail so many of us. Mounting stress. While most of us do look forward to spending time with family and friends, these gatherings do not always mirror a Norman Rockwell painting. Old rivalries can bubble up unsuccessfully, and our children can fall back into the childhood roles they once held as soon as they step into their parents' home. Or maybe you don't have a family to go home to. Certainly, distracting yourself with parties and happy hours could seem like a great way to avoid feelings of loneliness. And for those of us who stick it to a healthy eating plan, heading off to mom's house can be concerning if she decides not to stock the fridge with your essentials. And then there are folks who are good all year, only to overindulge and feel like they are ruining their diet. So they say screw it and continue to eat their way through until the new year, when they're resolved to join a gym and shed those unwanted pounds. I have an idea. This year, why don't we take control before the rest of the holidays hit and use strategies to avoid unnecessary weight gain and guilt? Commit to staying on course. Travel and social commitments can throw you off your normal workout schedule. It's easy to skip the gym when there's a party to go to and presents to buy. Plus, it's getting rather nippy in many parts of the country, and a regular run might not be as enticing anymore. True, these are all valid reasons to skip a workout, but the thing is that you're going to be much less stressed and able to make better decisions when you find the times to fit in exercise. Here are some ideas. Instead of meeting a friend or dinner or holiday drinks, make a date for a run or power walk. You can catch up and heck, you can still go for a hot toddy afterwards. Guilt free. Gathering with small kids can be turned into active events by scheduling some time to head to the playground or go skating or sledding. The bonus is that kids will be so knocked out afterward that the parents can actually spend time catching up. No time to work out? Put on a Fitbit or another activity tracking device and start shoveling. The average person can burn up to 300 calories an hour shoveling snow. If you're going to be in another city for a week or so, look online to see if there's a jingle run, walk, or another holiday-related fitness events. Ask your sister-in-law to join you and sign up. Your big fat gluten-free holiday. Smart eating strategies. Don't go hungry. You don't need to have an entire meal before heading to a party, but don't go starving. If you do, you're likely to wolf down whatever you see first, Have an apple or a piece of cheese or a slice of bread with 1 tablespoon of nut butter before you go, and you'll be able to make a better decisions at a party. Second, serve it up. No matter what, always use a plate. The smaller, the better. If you just stand by the buffet table and snack, it's easy to lose track of what you've eaten. Plus, holding onto the plate helps to keep your hands busy, so you don't eat mindlessly. Third, colors come first. Fill half of your plate with vegetables and fruit first, then fill four, a quarter of it with protein, and the last quarter with grains or starches, for example, crackers, bread, or rice. Eat the fruits and vegetables first, then move on to the rest. Play favorites. A holiday dessert table can melt anyone's food power. Make sure to eat some real food first, and pick one or two of your absolutely all-time favorites from the dessert tray. If the first bite isn't worth it, toss it. No use wasting calories on something you don't love. The 1.1 rule. 1-to-1 rule. If you're drinking alcohol, make sure to only have one drink per hour and follow up with a glass of water, still or sparkling. Those booze calories add up. Here's a breakdown. 5 ounces of red or white wine equal 125 calories. 12 ounces of beer equal 153 calories. 5 ounces of sparkling wine equal 110 calories. 12 ounces of mojito equal 230 calories. 1.5 ounces of Bailey's Irish Cream equal 144 calories. And what if you're going to visit someone whose eating habits aren't exactly stellar? You don't want to offend them, but you also don't want to be subjected to a week without fresh produce and fiber. Here's my suggestion. Over to go grocery shopping for them. Ask for their lists and then also pick up the items you need to help you stay on track. That should keep everyone feeling quite jolly. Happy holidays. Few people read restaurant calorie information. More fast food and chain restaurants are posting calories counts on their menus, but a new study suggests only 1 in 3 diners read that information. The good news is most consumers who do read calorie counts take them into consideration when deciding what to order. Restaurant food tends to have many more calories than people realize, and many more calories than if the same food is cooked at home, whether because of the preparation method or because of restaurants often provide large portion sizes. Catherine Barr told Reuters Health in an email. Bauer, from the Center of Obesity Research and Education at Temple University in Philadelphia, was not involved with this new study. Some U.S. cities, including New York, require chain restaurants to post calories counts for diners. As part of the 2010 Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, chains with at least 20 locations nationwide will have to list nutrition information on their menus. Ideally, we hope that restaurant patrons see that calories information posted as fast food and other restaurants and choose a meal with fewer calories. So far, the evidence is really mixed about whether that actually happens, Bauer said. The new study was led by Holly Worthington from the National Center of Chronic Disease Prevention and Health Promotion, part of the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention in Atlanta, Georgia. She and her colleagues used the 2009 National Health Style Survey, which assessed people's health-related attitudes, knowledge, and behaviors. They analyzed responses from 4,363 participants about whether they had read calorie information at fast food and chain restaurants, and if they had, how they used that information. Over half of the respondents said that they went to fast food or chain restaurants less than 1 a week. 10% reported going 3 or more times per week. Another 10% say that then they never went to those restaurants. About 33% of people who saw calorie information at chain restaurants read it. Of them, 95% reported using the information at the Sun-Times, according to findings published in the Journal of Public Health. Respondents who went to fast food and chain restaurants 3 or more times per week were less likely to read calorie counts than those who went less often. Women were more likely to read calorie counts than men. It's not clear whether the way consumers use nutrition information would have changed since 2009, Bauer said. When people have looked at specific cities like New York, Seattle, and Philadelphia, awareness of the calorie labels increased quite a bit from before calories were required to be posted in those cities, she said. However, with the expectation of the Seattle study that saw decreases in calories purchased among women and from coffee shops, these studies haven't seen any changes in calories purchased before the and after menu labeling laws went into effect. Bauer hopes having calorie information posted may motivate restaurants to provide more healthy options. Her own research has suggested fast food restaurants are offering more salads and other low-calorie side dishes than in the past. The combination of having more low-calorie options and having calories posted could be beneficial for consumers who are calorie conscious but also eat out frequently, Bauer said. More and more restaurants are posting nutrition information including calorie content, so consumers can ask the restaurant staff for this information to see what is the food sold. Washington told Reuters Health in an email. Using this information can help consumers select choices that are tasty and satisfying, yet perhaps with a few less calories to help manage overall daily caloric intake, she said. Balancing daily energy intake with regular physical activity can help manage weight. Knowing how calorie information is used can help us better understand whether nutrition education could be useful in the types of message regarding calories that are most helpful at the point of purchase, Washington said. A good night's sleep gives you an edge at work. It's true. Americans are not getting enough sleep. About a third of us are chronically sleep deprived, which affects our work, our relationships, and our health and well-being. The numbers tell the story. 10 times as many people today are sleeping less than 6 hours a night compared to a generation ago, according to Charles Zisler, chief of the Division of Sleep Medicine at Brigham Women's Hospital in Boston. In a talk he gave at TEDx Cambridge, Scissors explained that even 5-year-olds are getting less sleep than they did in earlier decades, as much as 2 fewer hours of sleep. How a bad night's sleep can derail your career. In the workplace, acute or chronic insomnia affects nearly 25% of all Americans, leading to 367 million lost workdays a year, and a cost to employers of nearly $63.2 billion annually in medical expenses and lost productivity. According to the 2013 Sleep Survey, done by Harris Interactive for Targeted Medical Pharma, a Los Angeles-based biotechnology company. Why is this happening and what can we do about it? Here are 2 key reasons we're getting less sleep than before. We're exposed to too much light, especially before we go to bed. Our easy access to electricity and the increasing presence of electronic media in our bedroom are keeping us awake. 2 major processes affect how alert we are at any given moment, Sisler explained in his talk. One is how many hours we've slept and how long we've been awake. The second is an internal clock in the brain that times our tendency to feel alert and to feel sleepy. We're over-caffeinated. We drink too much coffee and tea in the afternoon after dinner, the very times we should be abstaining from it. Caffeine stays effective in the body for an alarming long amount of time. Its half-life is between 6 and 9 hours, wrote Michael Metcalf on the test. It interferes with the brain sensors that detects our body's need to sleep. Related, sleepless in America, a 32.4 billion business. While the solutions to the two problems above seem obvious, sleep in a dark, quiet room and don't drink caffeine drinks at night, the risks of not doing so seem even more compelling. Our bodies need sleep to repair ourselves. Our brains integrate and retain new concepts and experiences. When we sleep well, we can concentrate better and perform our jobs with more accuracy and insight. Sleep is important for the way we think, said Patty Tucker, a sleep specialist and a physician's assistant in the Napa Valley area. Memory and learning are consolidated during REM sleep. Sleep is the most important tool we have in terms of maintaining not just our health, but our creativity and productivity. If we don't get enough sleep, we can become more distracted, more rigid, and inflexible in our decision making, more prone to burnout and depression, and even vulnerable to such diseases as obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, infection, and even cancer.